morning and a warm welcome, and thank you for coming to us or to watch Sunrise at Sea this bright and beautiful morning. Well, we do have an amazing show lined up for you. However, today on beauty, wellness and lifestyle, in particularly, we're looking at it as a lifestyle but also wellness. We're going to be looking at dieting as a meal plan. Now, for very many people, the concept of being on a diet or the concept of getting yourself into having a diet meal plan comes with the fact of either you're trying to lose weight, which I do not think that is the way to go. I mean, a diet plan should be something that you say, you know, depending on your health condition, depending on your body type, depending even on your digestive system. It's very important that you understand what kind of meal plan that is best suitable for you. However, me, I understand these things on the surface. I am no expert. And joining me this morning is none other than Shannon Champagne. Did you hear that? Well, he is a renowned nutritionist. He's also a chef. Yes, I'm very excited. And he has actually been in this business for the past 15 years. That is very exciting. How can you be a chef for 15 years? I would expect that a chef that has been in this whole period of, you know, coming up with different meals would be like so fat and all these things, and you know, because you're always testing on food.
Absolutely. You can't trust the skinny chef. That's what they say.
Absolutely.
Chef that's a nutritionist, different.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Shiva. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so first things first, before we even dive into the whole nitty-gritties involved in creating a whole meal plan, first of all, what is a meal plan, or what is dieting on its own?
Look, there's a stigma when people talk about dieting. Immediately they think they're going to have to start eating like a rabbit. They're going to have to eat lettuce and cucumbers, when it's nothing like that. I mean, like you said, it's got other things involved as well. You got to be health conscious. Sometimes a diet fits your budget even. It's not just about losing weight or gaining weight. So in my opinion, a diet plan is basically a schedule of meals that you've planned for yourself according to your body type, what it is that you want to gain, what it is that you want to lose, or the achievements that you want for your own body.
Okay, so how would one come up with a diet plan?
So with a diet plan, for me, it's got to be discipline.
Okay.
You've got to decide on what it is that you want to do. For an example, diet planning for me personally, I know that eating 2 kgs of chicken has 500 calories. So I know I've got to split those 500 calories across the entire day. I can't have it in one go. So diet planning means I split 200 calories in the morning, 200 in the afternoon, 200 in the evening, because I only my body expends 600 calories throughout the day because of the job that I do. So for me, it's like you've got to plan according to what you take in and according to what you expend as a person.
Okay, so when you say that, what if for example you're creating a meal plan for a diet plan, you know yourself.
Yes.
What kind of plan would you come up with? So what would you put into consideration if you could like break it down?
Okay, so if I could break it down, the first thing I would start with is how much activity do I do during the day?
So it's important that you consider.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. You cannot take in more calories than you expend. Your body is then going to hold that food as stored as fat, stored as energy, and it's never going to be used.
So the same amount, the meal plan that a sports person would create is not the same meal plan a person who sits in office would create?
No. When you're sitting in an office, you maybe take 3,000-4,000 steps a day. So you're only expending that much calories per day. So you should never be overeating or eating more than what you get in, because unfortunately, the body is a smart thing. It decides to hold that in case you don't get food again. But guess what? You're going to have food again. You're going to eat lunch. You're going to eat dinner. You're going to have breakfast tomorrow. So when it comes to that, you've got to make sure that what you take in matches what you put out. So when it comes to diet planning, make sure that the amount of calories you take in matches.
Okay, so that's just one aspect. What is the other aspect you put into consideration?
Other aspects would be your budget. People think dieting means you got to have the most expensive things or like organic. No, it's not. It's usually natural foods. For me personally, I've cut out processed foods. So when I'm diet planning, I make sure there's no crisps. I make sure there's no chocolates. I make sure there's no donuts. I've got nothing against these things, but in moderation.
Okay.
So for me, like we've spoken before, when I eat healthy or eat the way I do, people often ask me if I'm broke. do you have any money? Because look at the way you're eating. You're eating so minimalistic. So, and it's according to my budget. I eat what I can spend on. It doesn't have to be these fried foods and pizzas. No, you can have light meals. So go according to your budget, and you never have to go over the limit.
Okay.
So that's one of the aspects. And then, so it's activity, it's budget, and then it's dedication.
Very important.
Very, very, very important. Oh,
I recently got into a diet plan after talking to you, but
Yeah.
it has been very hard
Discipline.
being disciplined and consistent. Like 1 minute you see chicken and you're like, but
You know, I've been a good girl today. Maybe I'm gonna. Yeah. No, discipline is extremely important. There'll be times where you crave sugar. There'll be times where you crave something salty. But mentality, you've got to cut it and make sure that you stick to your diet plan to get the results that you want. So that's why I also, when I do diet plans for people, I make sure I offer coaching, because not a lot of people can do it by themselves. So me, for example, I'm a very strict coach. You will send me pictures of your breakfast, of your lunch, of your, everything you take in, you will send me a picture.
Okay.
And I will tell you yes or no, until you yourself can have your own habit. That's what
so
it is.
what other aspect would I be putting into consideration?
When it comes to your diet plan, basically those three would be the main ones. And again, I'm always going to say discipline, and then again, consistency. You cannot 1 day, 2 day, and the third day you mess it up.
Okay.
So the first 3 days, oh, you're eating so lovely, you're eating the amount. Oh, actually, you know what? Sorry, I just thought of this. Timing. Meal timing is very, very important.
When you say meal time,
timing.
what do you mean?
So don't eat breakfast because you have to eat breakfast. Don't eat lunch because it's lunchtime.
Okay.
Don't eat dinner because it's dinner time. Eat when your body tells you to eat. If you're not hungry at 10 a.m., don't eat.
What if you're hungry all the time?
What if you're small snacks in it? That's a good one. I don't have an answer for that. However, what I do suggest is eat when you need to eat. Eat in the amounts that you need to eat. I mean, you got to listen to your body. You only have one body and your body never lies to you. So if at 11, 12, I mean, I usually have my first meal sometimes at 1 o'clock. It's just because I'm not hungry. I've had tea, I've had some water. 1 o'clock comes, let me snack on something. 5 o'clock, let me snack on something. And I don't eat after 7 o'clock in the evening, because I don't do anything after 7 o'clock.
So in other words, one, it's important to know your budget. You need to know your body type. You need to measure up the kind of activities that you're doing. But again, you also need to time. So it's not just a matter of eating all the time.
No.
Like you need to feed your body depending on actually when it wants to eat.
Yes.
So let's look at the digestive system. Do you think the digestive system also plays a role when it comes to making a meal plan or coming up with a diet plan? Because I'll give you an example. My little sister will she'll have Coca-Cola for breakfast, she'll have a soda for breakfast, she'll have cake, she'll have sweets, and she will eat this the entire day or an entire week. And she will probably gain, say, 1 pound, something very light. But if I did that, I would gain probably 4. And I'm like, but wait a minute. What's the difference between you and me? How come you're not gaining weight, but I am gaining weight when I eat the sodas and the sweets? What's the difference?
You know, sometimes it can be genetics. Sometimes it's just unfortunate like that for myself as well. If I eat a cucumber, I could pick up 2 kilos. It's really just in genetics, and it's about knowing your body when it comes to that. And as you've mentioned, digestive system, everyone's is different. Okay, so some people cannot have milk, even though there's milk in their diet plan. You've got to cut it out because they're lactose intolerant. They can't have bread because they're gluten intolerant. There's many other reasons for that as well. I mean, we'll go into depth on that on another day. But when it comes to the digestive system, you've got to know your own body. So you have to know, like you say, if you ate chips, if you ate this, if you ate that, you pick up kilos. So then the only way is to not eat it. Just stay away from it. And I know it's not the loveliest of things. I mean, you only have one life. Enjoy it, but enjoy it responsibly.
So as we wrap up this conversation, first of all, why is it important for a person to come up with a diet plan?
Why is it important? Well, to maintain a healthy lifestyle is why I would think it's important. Okay, we can eat as much as we want. I mean, if you're eating healthy, let me just go on to, for example, I enjoy veg. So I would say I'm 80% vegetarian. I can only put living things into my body. When I say living things, if you cut off the top of a carrot, you put it in the ground, covered with soil, water it, what's going to happen? It's going to regrow, correct? If I put fried chicken into the ground, cover it, put water, is a chicken going to grow?
No.
No, because it's dead. You're putting a dead carcass into your body and expecting it to give you life. Cannot happen. Got to put living things into your body because your body is a living thing.
But Shannon, why are you campaigning for vegetarians here? I know we're going to have that conversation, but you're literally saying that every single thing that you put in your stomach that cannot grow when you put it in soil should be out of your body.
That is my agenda. That is definitely my agenda. But it's just to, you know, make people a bit more conscious of what they're putting into their bodies. And as a living body, it's very important for a diet plan and a meal plan to obtain most of these healthier foods. It's just for your own sake, for your own well-being, for your own mindset. When I'm having a full-on vegetarian diet, my mind is more clear. My body spends less time digesting the food. I mean, a piece of broccoli, let's say an entire plate of broccoli, digests through the body within less than 3 hours. Less than 3 hours. It's taken all the nutrients and it's discarded what it doesn't need. When I eat fried chicken, it takes 23 hours for my body to digest it. 23, that's an entire day. So the entire day, my body's working and working to get this chicken through my body. And what benefit does that do for my body? I'm a chef, I'm up and down, I'm all over the place. I've got to eat light, I've got to have energy, I've got to keep my nutritional value high, in my opinion.
Okay.
So for me, it's very important if you want to maintain a healthy lifestyle, to have a diet. And with that diet, the second D, discipline.
And diet and discipline.
Diet and
okay,
discipline.
so your last remarks when it comes to dieting as a meal plan.
When it comes to dieting as a meal plan, look, it's not the easiest thing to achieve. It's really not the easiest thing to achieve. However, once you get the ball rolling, once you start seeing the outcome of it, once you start seeing that you're losing weight without trying, that you are feeling a bit healthier, you realize that I can do it regardless of what. So for me, I think I'll close on the fact that discipline is going to get you to your destination. Without the discipline towards your destination, you are not going to.
Well, thank you so much, Shannon, for
Also,
joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me. Great.
Well, that wraps up what we had for you this morning on Beauty, Wellness and Lifestyle. I do hope that you were able to pick a thing or two in regard to dieting as a meal plan. The second D is discipline. And that is something very many people struggle with, including me. I'm not leaving myself out, but we're going to walk this journey together as a team. Otherwise, we still do have an amazing show lined up for you. Keep watching Sunrise at Sea and don't blink.